and the We Stand Together movement. They've infiltrated protests so that they can incite violence via rioting and looting. Here are some photos of pallets of bricks being placed at locations that protests are taking place. Now, these are just a few photos out of many across the country. These pallets of bricks are not being brought by protesters. These are being brought by white supremacists and cops or government officials, some undercover group of people, and they're being placed so that people can use them as weapons during protests. Here's a video of a white person that's probably an undercover cop or government official that's giving orders to a bunch of black people preparing for some type of act.
We're building barricades. Go get everything you can find. Go get everything you can find. These are the boys right here. This is the team. There's more stuff that we can put out here. Hey, there's 3 picnic tables up here. There's a couple picnic tables up here. Let's go on. Come on, y'all.
There are various videos and photos of people that are not really a part of the movement that are trying to make things worse. They're spray painting, they're breaking windows, they're looting, they're starting fires, people that aren't even black, brown, etc. Yet they're stamping Black Lives Matter, BLM, all over the cities.
I want you to know this is not,
don't police people's way of
let me tell you this,
themselves.
this is not a black woman who's putting Black Lives Matter. I just want you to know that when, right, but y'all doing that for us and we ain't asked you to do that. Listen, don't spray stuff on here when they gonna blame black people for this and black people didn't do it.
There's some
black person. But
we did.
if we wanted you to do it, we would have asked. They not gonna show y'all faces when they see that on their building. They gonna blame that on us. Y'all are part of the problem. News come on, they gonna say we did that. We didn't do that. Stuff like this ain't right. That's what the problem is. We out here standing together peacefully, protesting without any problems. You got people of all races spraying on buildings talking about Black Lives Matter. That ain't even us. You got police officers coming to a peaceful protest spraying gas on us. We ain't even did nothing. Don't let the media fool you. When they see the vandalism on these places, know that it wasn't us.
Here's a video of a white guy that was caught pretending to be a part of the movement, and when they opened up his bag, he had a lot of items that could create fires and explosions.
Take out the bag. Your friend ran.
No, like...
We trying to figure it out. They're sketchy as fuck.
I'm for the protest. I was just...
Where you live? No, you weren't. No, you were over there.
I say Hope Street.
What's
I swear
your
to God.
address? What's your address? Why'd your friend run? Why'd your friend run though? Why did your friend run though?
I don't even know.
Why'd your friend run though?
I don't know. I swear to God. Hey, look, I'm on everybody's side. I ain't trying to hurt nothing.
Then go home.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go up. We just take this way.
Nah, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I swear to
Bro,
God.
you live. What you want?
A lot of people from different cities and states are actually coming to places of protest to actually loot and create riots that aren't even from the area. The guy who started the fire at the Nashville courthouse also was a white guy pretending to be a part of the movement. Here's a video of a white guy fully covered that is destroying property in a city and trying to make rocks and bricks out of the concrete floor. People at the protest actually see him, get him, and take him to the cops. Here's a video of a car being placed in an area of protest, used as bait.
God, did they planet one?
This is a bait car. Do not touch it. It is literally the shape of a cop car. Do not touch it. This is a bait card.
It's a bait card. Niggas out here with bait cards.
Right now, we have a lot of riots, a lot of looting, a lot of bad behavior from a lot of humans. I don't care if you're white, black, brown, purple, green, whatever. If you're hurting people, if you're destroying property, if you are trying to incite violence, you definitely don't get a pass, whatever background you are. However, I think it's very important to know that a lot is being incited or coerced by white supremacists. Unfortunately, with mob mentality, you just need one person to start something off and other people will join in. Now, again, I'm not giving a pass to people that are participating or partaking in any looting or violence, but we definitely need to hold accountable the fake people that are pretending to be a part of the movement, the people that are starting a lot of this madness and this craziness. And unfortunately, this is something that I don't see on the news. No mainstream media news is showing any of this stuff that I'm talking about here. However, on social media, thankfully, we have a lot of people filming and these posts are getting reshared. So I'm just doing my part to help share some of this information because this is very important. All these news headlines that are showing looting, rioting, violence, they're all showing and focusing on black people or people of color. But there's a lot more shadiness going on if you look closer. Now, I'm not saying that all black, brown, and people of color that are protesting are peaceful. There are definitely some bad apples, and those people should be held accountable as well. But there's definitely something going on that's being influenced by people that are not really a part of the movement, and it's making things worse. It's unfair and unjust. Now, aside from the violence, looting, and rioting, there are also a lot of great videos that show a lot of people of these movements that are really positive and peaceful and positively interact with cops.
Just trying to spread a message, okay? I know you guys out here doing your job. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the ones that's doing it to us. You understand? We came out here peaceful, and this is what I'm trying to show y'all. I know y'all thirsty. Y'all don't gotta get it right now. We're gonna win some to drink, right?
Good job, guys.
And positive.
Now, personally, I subscribe to the teachings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and I don't think violence is necessary or productive to the movements.
Let me say, as I've always said, and I will always continue to say, that riots are socially destructive and self-defeating. I'm still convinced that non-violence is the most potent weapon available to oppress people in their struggle for freedom and justice. I feel that violence will only create more social problems than they will solve, and that in a real sense it is impractical for the Negro to even think of mounting a violent revolution in the United States. So I will continue to condemn riots and continue to say to my brothers and sisters that this is not the way. Continue to affirm that there is another way. But at the same time, it is as necessary for me to be as vigorous in condemning the conditions which cause persons to feel that they must engage in riotous activities as it is for me to condemn riots. I think America must see that riots do not develop out of thin air. Certain conditions continue to exist in our society, which must be condemned as vigorously as we condemn riots. But in the final analysis, a riot is the language of the unheard.
I hope everybody stays safe out there, and I hope that the voice of the movement is actually heard and it creates a positive